Introducing GForceTV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForceTV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForceTV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForceTV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForceTV racing leagues. GForceTV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForceTV.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to week number 6 here for the GeForce Racing Leagues. And tonight we are at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Good evening, everyone. I am Scotty DeYoung. My friends and family call me Scotty Too Hottie. And thank you for joining us tonight. Sean Neisted has the night off. I want to welcome you into the Gambler Motorsports pre-race show and want to remind you that Gambler Motorsports is an esports racing team that competes weekly across the iRacing platform. Team has drivers entered in dirt races, sports cars, asphalt, oval, and even compete in endurance races and a little bit of everything. This year they had drivers in the prestigious 24 Hours of Daytona and Le Mans. Go to Gambler Motorsports on Facebook and give them a follow. Like I said, week number 6 here for the GeForce iRacing Leagues, and what a 6 weeks it has been here, especially for these big blocks. You remember last season, this was a new class to the not only the GeForce Racing Leagues, but the iRacing platform altogether, and some new rules in this league. Now, last season, we saw an open setup. This season, we have a fixed setup. You have the option to run either a 358 or a big block modified, depending on what your preference would be. And the racing has been nothing short of amazing. These drivers know how to put on a very good show each and every Thursday for Thursday Night Thunder. Cannot wait to see who will take home the victory here tonight, and as well as the runner-up in third place here for our Epsilon Sprint Wraps Big Block Modifieds as they bring you the podium here tonight. And speaking of victories, let's take a look here at your IRLM standings. iRacing League Manager standings, that is. Division standings brought to you by the iRacing League Manager. If you run or manage an iRacing League, let iRacing League Manager make it easy for you. Go to iRacingLeagueManager.com for more information. And Justin Sick, driver of the 15 car, sits atop the podium right now with your points lead. Kyle Parker sits in that second place spot. Jeffrey Barker sits in third. Francis, we call him Bam Bam, Francis Major, sits in that fourth place spot. And Nicholas Vickery, your top 5. 6th, you're going to see Aiden Young, John Hine in 7th. AJ Abreda sits in 8th, Daniel Blau in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Steve Shaw. As you see cars exit Speedway, they will go to their driver's meeting here for just a few minutes. Then we'll see a few more minutes of practice, followed by your VMR Wraps qualifying session. And here from Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's talk about this track a little bit. This is not a very big track. It's more of a bull ring, but it puts on some great racing. And with big blocks, as well as we've seen with the Renegade 360 sprint cars on Monday nights, put on a very good show here. You think 4 wide can be, tight. Yes, it's tight racing, but 4 wide has been managed on this track before, as well as 2 and 3 wide. Multiple grooves get worked in here from the bottom to the top. Top side is going to be more dominant at the beginning of the night, but as that bottom side and the middle line come in, we are going to see multiple lines being used here, and this track puts on some great racing here each and every week. So glad you could join us here tonight. Like I said, Sean, he said having the week off this week. He is also a baseball coach for his son's team, so he's coaching baseball tonight. So it will just be myself here on the call. Great to be back. I was gone for a few weeks there, had some medical issues that need to be taken care of, and last week was on vacation, a very much needed vacation out to Washington State there in the hometown, but glad to be back with you here for Thursday Night Thunder. Cannot wait to kick this show off. As you see on the top of the screen there, the ticker, as we like to call it, looks like Steve Shaw Sr., fastest in practice so far with a 12.96. Let's see if he can keep that going when it comes to qualifying. AJ Abreda, second quick. Stewart is going to be third quick there in the 117. As you see the ticker rotating through positions there of who has been fastest in practice so far. I want to say thank you to everyone joining us here on GeForce Esports here on YouTube. Tell your friends, tell your family. If they're not doing anything tonight and want to watch some great iRacing in the virtual world from the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park, send them the link. Let's get the word out, as looks like cars are entering the speedway once again to get some more practice laps underneath their belts before VMR Wraps qualifying session here in just a few minutes. GeForce Racing Leagues, they have over 20 leagues that happen each and every week, and got to thank all the guys there, Roger Craig, Preston Kramer, and the whole crew for putting on such a great league. So like I mentioned, if you're looking for other racers to enjoy without all the drama, join the GeForce Racing Leagues with 20 divisions that race 7 days and 6 weekly broadcasts. Members know that they are part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to GeForceRL.com and click to apply to join the action. That is going to bring us to a qualifying now, and that's going to be the VMR Wraps qualifying session. VMR Wraps is looking to fulfill your iRacing paint needs. The company is made up of several painters across the U.S. that allow them to specialize in multiple paint styles across all car types. If you're looking for a new paint scheme, please check them out on Facebook at VMR Wraps. As you will not see all of the cars out for their qualifying sessions, maybe just a few of them. As AJ Abreda in the 22 car is going to set quick time right now with a 13.7. Steve Shaw Sr. 1,000th of a second right behind Abreda. Luther in the 26 car. 2,000ths behind him. Jeffrey Barker out on the track right now in 5.13. Going to put some laps into the books here. As you see times are rolling in, AJ Abreda, still your quick timer. We're going to take a look at Justin Sick now for his VMR Wraps qualifying. Taking the green flag off of turn 4. This is your points leader, by the way. Justin Sick in the 15S as he's going to put a lap down. We'll see as we go on board with him. And second place is where the 15 car is going to qualify. He's going to put another lap in to see if he can make a faster lap. Will he do so? No, he will not. AJ Abreda still atop there. Here for your qualifying sessions, brought to you by VMR Wraps. Kyle Parker, the 013 car, out there now. Parker is going to qualify 5th. Couple cars to hit the speedway yet. Jumper here is your last car to qualify. You see that left front hike to the air ever so slightly as he's going to take a couple laps around here. Got the car a little bit on tight side. Leave the left front at home, is like we like to say, and he's going to put in a lap here. currently in 10th, going to try for another lap. See if he can better that time. And he will stay in that 10th spot. So it looks like that is going to do it for your VMR Apps qualifying session. We are going to be going to heat races here. And heat race number 1 is brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. They specialize in laser engraving and CNC machining, and A&J puts its craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque that they provide. They also provide the trophies and plaques to all of the GeForce Racing League champions. Contact Andy Patton today to order your custom creation. So heat race number 1 being brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. That is going to see Jeffrey Kemper on the pole to the inside of row 1 to his outside, Jeffrey Barker in the 513. Saj Luther in 26 to the inside of row 2 to the outside. That's going to be the 22 car of AJ Abreda. The 320 of Tom Gom to the inside of row 3 to his outside, Tom Taylor in the 14. And starting shotgun on the field is going to be the 747. That is Roger Craig. So heat race number 1 being brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. As cars start to roll off here. And we're about to get this night started for Thursday Night Thunder. Thank you once again for joining us here on GeForce Esports, right here on YouTube. Tell your friends and family. Share this live feed with them. Let's get the word out about iRACING. Laps of distance here in heat race number 1. Top 4 transfer to tonight's A main. Green flag is out and we are underway. 22 car out in front as of the moment here. Jeffrey Barker onto the outside. Trying to get a run to that first place spot, cannot do so. Coming through turns 3 and 4. They're going to cross flag stand. AJ Abreda, your race leader. Barker trying to pull to the rear bumper of the 22, cannot do it. Kemper running in third. Oh, Kemper getting together with the 26. Luther trying to push him down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Top 4 cars transfer. Currently Abreda, Barker, Luther, and Kemper. Tom Taylor, the 14 on the outside, looking in, currently running in 5th. Roger Craig up to 6th. Tom Gom running in that 7th spot. Abreda trying to lengthen his lead right now in the 22 car. Jeffrey Barker to the bottom side of the racetrack. Middle to high line is the dominant one so far. Like we said, it will be dominant early on in the night here. Luther still running in 3rd. Kemper in that 4th and final transfer spot. Tom Taylor, distance back to him in 5th. The SBGC 3D printing car trying to make it to the A feature here tonight in these big block modifieds. 1 lap to go as they come down off a turn at number 3 and 4. Abreda still with the race lead. He will take home the checkered. Barker in 2nd, Luther in 3rd. And Kemper rounding out your top 4 transfers. Tom Taylor in 5th, Roger Craig in 6th, and Tom Gom takes home that 7th place spot. Heat race number 2 now being brought to you by Howard Hanna Real Estate. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services is the #1 family-owned and operated independent broker in the USA. And Scott Herwood, who has been a multi-million-dollar commercial and residential real estate agent for years, well, he can help you find any experienced professional realtor anywhere across the country with the experience and knowledge to ask the right questions and get the best house for the right price. That is Howard Hanna Real Estate Heat race at number 2. And it's going to see Bam Bam Francis Major on the front row to the inside of his outside. The 00, that is Nicholas Vickery. Inside of row 2, that's going to see Kyle Parker in the 13 to the outside. He is your current points leader. That is the 015 of Justin Sick. Chris Steele in the 80 is going to be to the inside of row number 3, and his outside, the 143, that is Patrick Maltese. That is your starting lineup for the Howard Hanna Real Estate Heat Race number 2 here from the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Looks like the 13, Kyle Parker, serving EOL here. Looks like he's going to be starting at the back of this heat race. So that will move Steele up to that third place spot. Drivers getting the sign going green next time by off turn number 4. Coming to green this time off of 4. RPMs come up. We are green here with heat race number 2. Francis Major out to the early race lead. Look at Nicholas Vickery using the top side, 3 wide. Down the backstretch now into turn number 3. Steele on the bottom, Justin 6 splitting them through the middle. And you've got Vickery up top, still 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. 3 wide racing all around the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Oh, Justin 6 gets a little slideways. And the 143 car of Maltese collects the 80 of Chris Steele. Oh my goodness, Kyle Parker up to that third place now. Justin Sick holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot. Meanwhile, up front, Nicholas Vickery has caught the 25 of Francis Major. Major using the bottom side. Vickery trying to run the top. As they both run through the middle now, we're going to go on board with Nicholas Vickery, the 00, trying to catch the rear bumper of the 25 of Major. Coming through turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch now into 3 and 4. Vickery looking to the inside. Can he get there? No. Off turn number 4. Halfway to go. 3 laps to go this time by Francis Major. Still with that race lead. Vickery trawl over the back bumper as we've got a battle for that 4th and final transfer spot. Now Maltese in the 143 has it. Justin Sick, your point leader, currently sits in 5th. He's going to cross over now to the inside to try to take that 4th and final transfer spot away. Pushes up the track. Cannot do so. Chris Steele up to that 5th position as they come through the corners now, and we've got 1 lap to go. Back up front, Major still with the race lead. Vickery trying to make one last shot at it, cannot do so. Checkered flag flies for the 25 of Francis Major. Nicholas Vickery coming home in 2nd. Kyle Parker 3rd. Your 4th and final transfer going to the 143 of Patrick Maltese. Chris Steele in 5th. Justin Sick, your current point leader, in 6th. Will have to come through consolation feature action here later on. Wow. This is what the Lima Land Motorsports Park is all about. Great action here. That is going to bring us to heat race number 3 now. And that is brought to you by Coast to Coast Sim Racing Team, which features drivers from coast to coast in the U.S. and Canada, and are pleased to be a part of the GForce Racing League since the first day of racing. As cars set to roll off here, let's take a look at your starting lineup. It's going to be Zach Chapman in the 72 to the inside of row 1. Rory Collins to his outside. Row 2 is going to see Troy Stewart in the 117 to his outside. Steve Shaw Sr. Your third row is going to see G.J. Boydell to the inside in the 14, and the 661 of Perry Landis to the outside. Once again, this is heat race number 3, brought to you by Coast to Coast Sim Racing Team. A big thank you to Advantage Racing TV for putting on the production here tonight. And a big thank you to Ryan Dugan, who is working the controls here, bringing you all the awesome camera angles. Going green off of turn number 4. We are underway as we got trouble right away. Cars stacking up. Now you want to start heat race number 3. battle for the lead, though, off turn 4. Zach Chapman into the wall. Rory Collins being shuffled back to that 4th place spot. Stewart in the 117. Currently running second. Battle for that 3rd and 4th final transfer spot between Landis and Collins. Landis holds it, but he wants a little more insurance. Collins to the outside. Landis better set up for the bottom, but Rory Collins going to carry the momentum on the top side. Troy Stewart, 117 with your race lead. Chapman running in that 2nd place spot, 720 car in 2nd. Still side by side for that 3rd and 4th place spot. Steve Shaw Sr., he is running 5th. GJ Boydell, your 6th place running spot. Great battle for positions 3 and 4 out on the track right now. Zach Chapman having a little handling issues as that car keeps getting into the wall and pushing a little too high, as we got a slide job for that 3rd place spot. Terry Landis wanted it and he took it. Collins shuffled back to that 4th place spot now, and he's going to try to hang on to it here with 3 coming to 2 laps to go this time by here in Coast to Coast Sim Racing Heat Race number 3. Stewart, still your race leader, single file around the raceway now. Top, bottom, and middle sides being used. One more time around for Troy Stewart. Chapman, Landis, and Collins, your 4 transferees as of this moment through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He will see the checkered flag. Troy Stewart takes home heat race number 3. Zach Chapman in 2nd. Terry Landis in 3rd. Rory Collins in 4th. Steve Shaw Sr. rounding out your top 5. And G.J. Boydell rounding out your field. Lining up here for some more qualifying action. And this will be your, I believe, consolation feature. It's going to see Tom Taylor, the SBGC 3D printing car, on the pole position. To his outside, the 80 of Chris Steele. The inside of row 2 is going to see Steve Shaw Sr. To the inside of Roger Craig in the 747 to the outside. Justin Sick, your current point leader, to the inside of row 3 in the 15. GJ Boydell to the outside in car 14. Tom Gom in the 320 is rounding out your field. And your consolation feature brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. They are committed to making this cutting-edge technology accessible for anyone who has an idea that needs to be manufactured. Using a 3D CAD program, they will work with you to create your own invention or creative project. Not only do they bring you consolation feature action here tonight, but they also bring you Monday Night Madness for your Renegade 360 sprint cars every Monday night. Join us this Monday as myself and Sean Neisted will have the call. As we are looking for the green off turn 4, there it is. 10 laps will be the distance here in your consolation feature. Chris Steele has the race lead as of the moment. Tom Taylor in the 14 wants it as they cross the line. Steele is going to have it. Tom Taylor running in 2nd. Steve Shaw Sr. in 3rd. 4th to Roger Craig in the 747. GJ Boydell, Justin Sick, and Tom Gom. All cars transferring to tonight's A feature. This is for starting positions. As we see Chris Steele working the top side, Tom Taylor a little bit faster that time by using the bottom to the middle side of the track, the 54 of Shaw Sr. And here comes Justin Sick up the 4th. The higher you finish in this feature, the better your starting spot will be. Starting 13th here is if you get the win here in this consolation feature, as we are on board with Steve Shaw Sr. Look at him work the wheel, not really sawing on it, ever so smooth through the corners. You see Tom Taylor right in front of him, and Chris Steele as they battle it out for the race lead. Bottom line is starting to come in. Tom Taylor working the bottom there, trying to get a good run. Justin Sick now gives a little bump to the 54 of Steve Shaw Sr. Says, hey, looky here, buddy, as they make contact down the backstretch now into turn 3. Justin Sick trying to get a better starting spot. Side-by-side battle for that 3rd and 4th position. Tom Taylor still working the bottom, trying to get to the inside of the 80 of Chris Steele. Steele still your race leader. GJ Boydell up to 5th. Roger Craig shuffled back to 6th. And Tom Gom running in your 7th place spot. Lap and a half to go now, this time by Justin Sick. He's going to try for the slider, cannot make it stick. 3 wide at the stripe as we go white flag. 1 more lap to go around the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Chris Steele is going to be in that 1st place spot. Justin Sick up to 2nd, side by side between Tom Taylor and Steve Shaw Sr., as that's how they will finish. Steele, Sick, Taylor, Shaw, and Boydell, your top 5. Craig and Gom rounding out your field. Wow, what a beat feature. Justin Sick will start 14th here on the grid tonight, and that is going to bring us to our Icon Sim Sports intermission. Icon Sim Sports aims to bring sim racing community and a one-of-a-kind fixed chassis experience like none other while exemplifying extraordinary customer service. Imagine having a sim racing chassis built especially for you and a custom chassis engineered to accommodate you and your needs while replacing the look, feel, and design of a real race car. They bring you tonight's intermission. We will be right back after a few short messages here to the Lima Land Motorsports Park, right here on GeForce Esports, GeForce Racing TV.
I love being home.
It all starts with the right house. That's where we come in. Howard Hanna.
I love
Home happens here.
being home.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
I love being home.
From finding the perfect house to making it your home, we'll be with you every step of the way. Howard Hanna.
I love
Home happens here.
being home.
And welcome back to Lima Land Motorsports Park here for Thursday Night Thunder with the Big Block Modifieds, brought to you by Epsilon Sprint Wraps. Just a few reminders: Monday Night Madness brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. You can catch the Renegade 360 sprint cars here each and every Monday night, here brought to you by Advantage Racing TV. Wednesdays is Welcome Home Wednesdays, the Icon Sim Sports Hometown Heroes racing from Cedar Lake Speedway. Thursday is Thursday Night Thunder, as brought to you by Epsilon Sprint Wraps. Friday nights, Spartan Racing Pro Late Models. And Joe White at OSRN, our broadcasting partner, brings you Wednesdays and Friday nights. Epsilon Sprint Wraps bringing you the A feature here tonight. and also your podium. Looking to stand out from the competition, Epsilon Sprint Wraps creates tailor-made graphics and logos to fit your personal taste with a focus on realistic design. You'll look like you drove off your local dirt track and onto iRacing. Champions choose Epsilon Sprint Wraps. Also tonight, our replays will be brought to you by Malcolm Mills Mill Riding, based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm Mills Mill Riding is a full-service mill riding contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and service industrial clients. Look them up online at mmmillriding.com. As we are about set to look at our starting lineup here for our Epsilon Sprint Wraps, a feature event here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. And we are going to see AJ Abreda in the 22 car sits on the pole here tonight. Francis Major his outside in car 25. Troy Stewart, the 117 to the inside of row 2 to the outside. The 513, that is Jeffrey Barker. Inside of row 3 is Nicholas Vickery in the 00 to the outside. The 72 car, that is Zach Chapman. Inside of row 4, Saj Luther, the 26 car to the outside. The 013, Kyle Parker. Your top 10 starters rounding out the field will be Terry Landis in the 661 to the inside, to the outside, the 181 of Jeffrey Camper. Patrick Maltese in the 143 to the inside of row 6, to the outside, the 62 of Rory Collins. Chris Steele to the inside of row 7 in the 80 car, to the outside, the 015 of Justin Sick. Tom Taylor starts off in your 15th position to his outside, 54 of Steve Shaw Sr. GJ Boydell to the inside of row number 9 in the 14 car to his outside, the 747 of Roger Craig, and starting shotgun on the field here, the 320 of Tom Gom. Those are your stars and your cars here for tonight's starting lineup for the Epsilon Sprint Wraps, a main event. Also up for grabs tonight, Cool Ray's Heating and Cooling Plumber and Electrical Hard Charger Award. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% customer service satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of its reputation providing excellent service to the hometown and business in Georgia. Cool Ray's mission is to continue to build a long-lasting relationship with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction, and that's guaranteed. Looking for green and Thursday Night Thunder. Off of turn 4, RPMs come up. Your Epsilon Sprint Wraps Big Block Modified feature is underway. AJ Abreda out with the race lead. Francis Major, the 25, is going to him and follow him through the middle. Braid is going to lead lap number 1. Back behind them, a small gaggle of cars, and we got 4 wide off turn 4 for a split second. Deeper in the field, 3 wide racing here. Nicholas Vickery, the 00 car, slide job. As some cars get together, we're going to keep them lean, mean, and green. Kyle Parker working his way through the field as well. Stewart up to that 5th position in the 117 car. Abreda still your race leader. Francis Major in 2nd. Troy Stewart up to 4th. As we're looking at Kyle Parker and Nicholas Vickery in the 143 car of Patrick Maltese. That is for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Nicholas Vickery, great run to the outside, though. He wants that 3rd spot from the 117 of Troy Stewart. Kyle Parker says, hey, I want in on the action, too. He's going to follow him around the outside, coming a call. Nicholas Vickery up to 3rd as we're looking back at Vickery to the 013 of Kyle Parker. Parker thought about shooting the gap through the middle, but then thought better of it as Troy Stewart continues to get shuffled backward. Oh, into the wall goes Vickery. Parker now to the inside of the 00 machine. Slide job does not clear him. Contact made, but we are still in the races. Oh, cars get turned around. We've got carnage. Caution flag coming out. So, under caution here for the first time here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. For your Epsilon Sprint Wraps Big Block Modified A feature event. AJ Abreda, your current race leader, deeper on in the field. We had cars around. I believe Troy Stewart, one of those cars. I think Patrick Maltese involved as well. As we are going to double up here and go back to the green flag racing here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Wally's going to bring the pace truck into the infield. Green is back out underway again here. AJ Abreda, look at that restart from that 22 car. Francis Major still running in second, but he's got a pair of, maybe a triple of hungry hippos right behind him. The 13 of Kyle Parker on the hunt on the top side, bringing Nicholas Vickery, Jeffrey Barker, and Chris Steele, your top five with them. Abreda still with the race lead. Look at the run Kyle Parker had off turn 4. Parker up to that second place spot in the 13 car. Francis Major shuffled back to third. Nicholas Vickery trying to come to call on the outside to get to the back bumper of the 25 of Major as well. Caution coming out though once again on lap 12. Not sure what happened here. Caution flag being brought to you by Malcolm Mills Mill Riding. Like we mentioned, they are based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, full-service mill riding contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and serves industrial clients. Look them up online at mmmillriding.com. Want to say thank you to all of you tuning in here on YouTube to GeForce Esports for tonight's Epsilon Sprint Wraps Thursday Night Thunder with some big block modifieds. Of course, you, the race fans, could not do this without you. Thank you for tuning in each and every week, whether it be brought to you by Advantage Racing TV or OSRN, here throughout the week for the GeForce Racing Leagues. As we are coming back to green here at Lima Land Motorsports Park. Green is back out and we're back underway here at the bull ring. Abreda still with the race lead in car 22. Parker up to that second place spot. Francis Major using the bottom side of the track, trying to get back to second to where he was. Cannot do so. Slams the door on Nicholas Vickery right at the stripe. Jeffrey Barker, little loose coming into turn 1 and 2. Cars around and upside down. Caution coming back out. Jeffrey Barker, the 513 car, coming into turn 1 and 2 a little too hot. Got the car sideways, and that was all she wrote. We got a Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding replay coming up here. And yeah, like we saw, Jeffrey Barker just getting sideways right there. Little too loose, and cars know where to go. Into the wall, upside down. Multiple cars involved. So tough luck for Barker and the pack of cars, but we still have some great racing here going on, especially up front. Can Kyle Parker get the jump he needs to take over that race lead as the green comes back out? Abreda had the better start that time. As you see Major working the bottom, he does a slide job as Nicholas Vickery's around, and we've got contact up front. And oh no, caution flag coming once again. Francis Major with a major slide job at that, coming off turn 2. got things a little bunched up. Nicholas Vickery getting on the binders and getting sideways to avoid contact. As we see them right here off of turn 4. Vickery, contact with Kyle Parker. Looked like Vickery was trying to go up the track right as Parker was coming down. Two looks like did not see each other, and that was all she wrote. So the 00 car having to go to the back. Tough luck for him. Terry Landis slow on the bottom side of the racetrack. But we're going green. Single file restart. AJ Abreda, great restart again on the 22 car. Francis Major trying to stick within that top 3. Kyle Parker running in second. Parker trying to run down the 22 of Abreda as we are halfway home. Halfway there, halfway to go. Abreda trying to hang on to the race lead. Look at the 13 of Kyle Parker, though. Parker stalking Abreda ever so slightly, studying what Abreda is doing, figuring out where he has to make his move and win as we are going on the nose of Kyle Parker. You see the 22 car get into the wall ever so slightly. Parker tries to take advantage, cannot do so. Running the very top of the raceway, now tries to diamond the corner. Slows Parker's momentum a little bit as we are on board, looking back now from Abreda to Parker. Parker running a similar line to Abreda. Like we said, trying to figure out what he needs to do and when he needs to do it, coming with 10 laps to go. That time by Parker into the wall. He's going to lose some time and lose a little bit of ground, but he's going to try to make it back up. 9 laps to go at the flag stand, this time by Francis Major, still running in third of the 25 machine. Caution flag comes out. Caution flag flies with 9 laps to go. Might just be what Kyle Parker needed to bunch the field back up as he lost some ground getting into the wall. Still maintained his second place position, but lost ground to the 22 of Abreda. So caution flag flies once again, but coming back to the green, this time by off of turn number 4. Single file restart once again. As we are looking back at Kyle Parker off of AJ Abreda's 22 machine. Green is out. Look at the start from Abreda. As Kyle Parker goes high, Abreda, though, still with a better run. Chris Steele up to that 4th place spot in the 80 machine. Francis Major still running in that 3rd place spot. 2 by 2 down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, Abreda gets turned by Kyle Parker as the caution came out. Just caught the last second of that. Not sure what happened. But as the camera cut back to the front, Kyle Parker looked like it was a slight tap to the 22 machine. Not sure what happened. As a caution flag flies with 6 to go. AJ Abreda going to the rear. Kyle Parker will inherit the race lead now in the 13 car. with 6 laps to go at the flag stand when we come back to the green flag. What a change of events here at Limaland. Barney, green flag in the air, going green this time by off turn number 4. Change of events here in your Epsilon Sprint Wraps A main event here for your big block modifieds. Kyle Parker with the race lead. Francis Major in second. Chris Steele running in that third place spot. Here comes Chapman. 72 car could not make the slide job stick. He's going to run around the bottom. Patrick Maltese in the 143 car up to 4th. As he's trying to run down the 80 of Chris Steele, currently running in 3rd. Oh, as we've got a car into the wall. Still going. That's the 143 of Maltese running in 4th. 3 laps, 2.5 laps to go, actually. This time, 2 laps to go, coming off of turn 4. Kyle Parker still with a race lead. Francis Major in second. Chris Steele in 3rd. Patrick Maltese, Zach Chapman into the wall. In position at number 5. We are still green here with 1.5 laps to go. Coming off turn 4, white flag flies as the caution comes out. We saw Chapman getting into the wall. Not sure if that is the reason for our caution, but just as they were taking the white flag, the yellow comes out as you see Chapman pit side in the 720 car. Wow. So this bunches things back up for a green-white checkered finish. Does Francis Major have anything for Kyle Parker? And does Chris Steele have anything for Major? We invite you to stick around after the checkered flag has flown for your Epsilon Sprint Wraps podium presentation, which will take place right after the checkered flag flies here for your Epsilon Sprint Wraps big block modified A main event. Green flag is back out. Look at the jump that Kyle Parker had on that restart. 1.5 laps to go. Justin Sick out of a B feature. Where did he come from? He's currently running 4th, trying to get on the podium as the caution flag flies once again. The 15 of Justin Sick, your current point leader. And coming out of a B feature, I would have to say, I believe would be your current hard charger. Don't have the live timing and scoring like we do when Sean's here. So I'm just guesstimating at this, folks. I apologize for the confusion, but I do believe that the 15S of Justin Sick is your current hard charger. Your leader, though, Kyle Parker, sits 2nd in the points. Tom Gom, the 320 car, into the pit area. Your top 3 right now, though, Kyle Parker, Francis Major, Chris Steele, Patrick Maltese, and Justin Sick up to 5th after coming through a not-so-good heat race and through consolation feature action. Coming to green this time by Kyle Parker. Leads them back to the green. Green-white checkered here once again. 1.5 laps to go. Justin Sick trying to dig on the bottom. Oh, Maltese gives a right rear to Chris Steele. Steele into the pits. Francis Major still holding on a second. Justin Sick, slide job on Maltese. Maltese tries the crossover as we are through 3 and 4 for the final time. Slide job once again. Kyle Parker picks up the victory. Who's going to get 3rd? Justin Sick will get that 3rd place spot. Francis Major in 2nd. Patrick Maltese fourth, Steve Shaw Sr. rounding out your top 5. Wow, what a race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of different leaders. But in the end, Kyle Parker emerges victorious. And some extracurricular activities here after the checkered flag flies, it looks like. Breda doesn't look too happy with Kyle Parker, but we are at your Epsilon Sprint Wraps podium here tonight. Justin Sick, the 15 car, coming out of consolation feature action to finish third here tonight. Francis Major in the 25 finishes second. Kyle Parker sits victorious atop the podium here. We're going to talk to our third place finisher here, Justin Sick, driver of the 15S. And Justin, not so good in the heat race tonight, having to come through a consolation feature, navigating your way to a third place finish here tonight. How crazy was that race here at the Lima Land Motorsports Park?
Man, that was insane.
Lima Land puts on some great racing, and aside from the bigger tracks that we've had this season compared to Bristol and Charlotte and Knoxville, what's that like going from the big track now to the small bull ring here? And especially as the points leader, what do you have to do to make sure you're hitting your marks to keep first place there in the points?
I would have to say patience and accuracy. You know, I like this track. This is a really fun track with these cars. I've been having some good luck. Last week was a bad week. The heat, you know, everything was a challenge tonight. But I like the smaller tracks too. It's more throttle control, more, you know, more focus with everything. And it definitely wasn't easy for me tonight. I can tell you that.
Definitely earning the spot here tonight, and like we said, navigating through the field. I believe picking up the Cool Rays Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing Electrical Hard Charger Award too. Who do you have to thank for putting this car here on the podium?
The Firm Motorsports, you know, without those guys, you know, I don't know if I would even be up here with everybody. But ABR Setup Shop, fixed setup tonight, so that doesn't really count for this, but it does at the same time. Mason's Transport, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, 21 Designs, High Side Racewear. You know, you guys put on a great show. GeForce has a good thing going. I love running with these guys. I respect Roger and all the guys over there. So it's great, man. I love it. My girlfriend, you know, she waits up for me every night when I run these races. So I got to thank her too. And yeah, it's great.
A definitely well-deserved third place finish here tonight at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. Your points leader finishing a third tonight. Congratulations on your run. Good luck next week. We're going to talk to our second place finish here tonight. And Francis, everyone likes to call him Bam Bam, finishing second here tonight. Francis, that was a crazy A feature here tonight. What was it like behind the wheel of that 25?
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's definitely hard here at Lima Land going from a bigger track to a bull ring. Watching the battle between Breda and Parker early on in the race, what was just going through your head to hit your marks and make sure you stayed in that second place spot?
Yeah, I want to try everything, and Parker and Albrito, it's a very good drivers. And I passed one shot on the turn 1 and 2, and going to the slide job to pass Albrito and Parker, but I do my best, and I'm very happy with my second place. Last week I'm not here because I have 1 week suspension, so I'm very happy for tonight.
So coming home with a second place finish here tonight, who do you have to thank here for putting this 25 on the podium?
Yes, I would like thanks all my sponsor, Cowboys and Yan for Mechanic Plus Robertson, Vaillant Autosport, Steve Beauchamp from ZSB Distributing, Snap-on Dealers, And L'Expert La Remorque and PMD Rats, Patrick Maltese, give me an excellent car and good wraps every season. And RDA, Kevin Parenteau.
So once again, Francis Major, Bam Bam, coming home in the runner-up spot tonight. Congratulations on the finish, and good luck next week.
Thank you so much.
We are going to go to Victory Lane here now to our victorious Kyle Parker in the 13 car. Kyle, wow, what an A-feature event, and when it's all said and done, you sit here victorious.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I wanted. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't mean to get in them there. By 5 or 6 laps before that, I had to keep getting off the throttle. And that time when he did it, when he was going high, and then like in the middle, I don't know if he was getting off the throttle to try to, run that bottom out. But I was definitely faster than him. And at that point, when he tried running that line, I was right there on his bumper, and I didn't think he was going to run it. And next thing you know, he just stopped, in the middle, and then I got into him. And unfortunate, man. Because I've always, me and El Burrito always run each other clean, and we're always fast. We're always battling even wherever it is. So unfortunate, but it is what it is, man.
Very sportsmanlike of you to accommodate that, and just apologize here. Kudos to you here in Victory Lane, man. Just Lima Land usually is a different type of track. It's a tricky track to run. What do you have to do to make sure you're hitting your marks right, and to make sure you are staying on the outside and in that front place spot?
Oh, you just got to make sure you hit your marks and don't enter a little too aggressive, because that wall will bite you. Once that track moves up and it's that very thin line, it's so easy, to get a little bit too hard in, and then hit that wall in the middle, and it just will kill your momentum. So you just gotta make sure, you're always getting off at the right point before, on entry, and then just kind of like ride it on out. But Lima Land's tricky, man. Definitely is, because it's not, it's not about how fast you are. I think it's about as good as about throttle control. You know what I mean? Because it's just such a small track, and these big blocks, man, they're a blast here. I'm telling you right now, they're definitely a blast, and I'm shocked that Justin Sick, made his way through the field. That's awesome. You know what I mean? A small track like this with a big block, it's a hell of a drive for him.
What's going through your head then when you're seeing caution after caution just keep coming out, and you're trying to put this race away? What is it like going through your head then, but then ultimately finishing here in first?
Yeah, keep your concentration. Just to make sure you're at 15 laps left or 10 laps left. You want to get in a little bit of a groove. And I think at that point we were like 12 or 14 laps in, and the green flag run, and the caution came out. And I'm like, okay, I'm still in a little bit groove. I'm feeling good. I think we ran like 2 laps, and the caution came out. Then it's like, you start losing a little bit of concentration. You get a little frustrated. You just want to get the race over, because every little lap they get behind you. You don't know what's going to happen. They could jump and get a good jump on you going into one and go throw a big slider, or you can, get a good jump, but then hitting the wall and they close in on you. So it's frustrating, but you just got to stay composed. You know what I mean? Just stay composed and keep hitting your marks, and hopefully you'll come up with top.
And in the end, the 13 comes out victorious. Who would you like for putting this 13 in Victory Lane here tonight?
Always got to thank Spartan Racing, man. Those guys are the best teammates I could ever ask for. Kingsley Heating and AC, Diggs Race Setups, VMR Wraps for the design on the car. They kill it, man. So if you guys are ever looking for a new paint, they're newly paint business, so definitely hit them up, and they got a really quick turnaround time. And then you guys for the broadcast, man, you guys do a killer job. Even though your co-partner's not here tonight, you still killed it, man. Gotta thank you, and then GForce for putting this all together.
So at the end of the night, when the final checkered flag flies, Kyle Parker is victorious. Congratulations on the win here tonight, sir, and good luck next week.
Thank you. You have a good night.
Still Kyle Parker victorious here tonight in the Spartan Racing 013 car. Francis Major, Bam Bam coming home in second, and Justin Sick, the 15 car, in third. What a night from Lima Land Motorsports Park it was, and things are only going to be getting bigger and better as next week we head to Eldora. The dream next week here on the GeForce Racing Leagues. Cannot thank all of you enough for tuning in here tonight on GeForce Esports. Once again, if you are looking to join the league, you can go to GForceRL.com to apply, and be sure to look at their schedule on what other broadcasts that they have here each and every week, as they have 20 different leagues here in the GeForce Racing Leagues. A big thank you to Advantage Racing TV for producing tonight's show, Ryan Dugan for working the controls here tonight, and to Sean Neisted for filling in for while I was away. He will be back Monday night. And a big thank you to you, the race fans, here for tuning in here each and every race that we produce here, especially here on Thursday Night Thunder, brought to you by Epsilon Sprint Wraps here for the Big Block Modifieds. For one final time here tonight, this is Scotty Tuhati saying thank you, and we will see you Monday night for Monday Night Madness, brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing Renegades 360s. Until then, good night, everybody.